What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about an incredibly big and interesting God of War rumor that honestly sounds a little bit too good to be true. It's something we'll be talking about as we go through this video, but it comes from Lunatic Ignis, who, I've actually done a little bit of a deep dive into this individual, at least on Reddit, and let me tell you something. This individual is not well liked. He's not well respected whatsoever, and that does make this a little less likely that it could happen. I think a lot of people have kind of connected the dots that the individual that we're talking about, he's gotten things right, but he's also, I think, piggybacked off of other leaks. One thing I can remember directly is Black Myth Wukong, but there was also other people talking about kind of the same thing around the same time. So it's like, well, who called it first, right? Who came up with the rumor first? But this is something I want to talk about because it is awesome if it's true. And if it is true, my dear God, it would be an incredible thing that would show me Sony's maybe like actually listening and potentially learning about some things. But again, it actually kind of sounds too good to be true. So what this is a remaster rumor on the entire Greek saga. And so this would mean God of War 1, 2, and 3. Right now, 3 already was remastered, so maybe it would get like a double remaster, or maybe it honestly wouldn't get remastered at all, but you get the main ones. But it also would include the PSP ones as well as Ascension. So Ascension 1 through 3, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, and that's pretty much it. Now, I guess the finer details is it's in development at Nix's, which is, a studio that does do remasters, is planning on doing a lot of PlayStation remasters. So it's not unbelievable. It's just, again, maybe a little more unlikely, but it's by them, and they say it'll be announced in March of 2025 for the 20th anniversary of the series of God of War 1. And that's pretty much it. So in terms of the impact, it would be massive, right? Like, this is something, and in fact, and it's actually kind of sad we're in this situation. It would be so massive, and it would make so many people happy, and it's exactly what we've talked about, right? These are the kind of remasters that I believe PlayStation should do. Now, we can disagree and argue all day long about Days Gone and Horizon, and that's fine. You can like the remasters, you can go to buy the remaster, I don't care, okay? These are the ones, though, myself personally, I will put myself out there and make these videos saying, yeah, these are the ones that I want to see. These are ones that I would support above all else, and I got to be honest, I really think the community would too. I think if you came out there and this was freaking real, this would sell unbelievably well. I think God of War 3 Remastered by itself sold well, but you tell people that you're going to put all of them together, now it becomes a little bit less believable when you think about the task that would, like what that would take. You know what I mean? Again, 3 has already been remastered, so maybe you don't have to worry about that, but, just doing 1 and 2, like the oldest ones, like that might be a problem. That you're already looking at more than one game. Like, they're doing Horizon Zero Dawn, right? You're doing one thing. I guess Frozen Wilds, you're doing the DLC. But for this, you'd be doing like what, 6 or 7 games. Like, that's a lot. And I guess the heavy work has already been done for you. So I kind of go back. Like, I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but I think about, well, maybe it is possible because like these games are in collections already. You can think of like, on PS3 at least, right? I think there's a collection of 1 and 2 on PS3, and I'm pretty sure, because I actually have it, I think, there's the 2 PSP games, Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus. Those are on a collection as well. So they're already ported, in a sense, to console. They're all kind of on PS3, right? So is Ascension, right? That's what it came out on. So if you were to just go back to the PS3, get the first 2, get 3, get the PSP ones, which are already in a bundle kind of by themselves. You have Ascension there. It's not, like I said earlier, honestly, it's not impossible. It's just unlikely that you would do that much work. But again, I guess I'm just going in circles here. It is sad. It's almost sad that it's sad that we even have to say, well, it's too good to be true. I guess the rumor on its own, but also this would almost be too good for Sony to give us. And I guess that's the angle I'm looking at, directly right now as I'm talking. That's the sad part, right? Because this would give me hope of Infamous. Because Infamous has the same kind of situation, right? 1 and 2, and I think those are bundled together. But then you have Second Son and First Light, and those aren't, together. They're not all on the same thing. Festival of Blood, I guess, also as well. So something like that. Resistance is pretty easy. It's just 1 through 3. Sly, Sly's got the collection on PS3, and then also Thieves in Time. So that would be kind of a similar thing to God of War. So again, like from my angle, it's like this would just give me hope that, well, number one, I think it's just a good idea. I really think it's a good idea to do this. And then also, I feel like you can take this and use it as a jumping board and say, okay, we can do other things just like it. Things that specifically on this channel, we have talked about time and time again. So I'm all for it. I would love it to happen. I mean, what an incredible 20th anniversary that would be. It just, I don't know. It seems unlikely. The more that I learn about this lunatic, the more that, and when I say lunatic, I mean, I guess you could use it either way, but I mean the name, the more unreliable that they seem to be. And that annoys me. I mean, I've seen, again, this person get things right, but the issue is, have they stolen those things, from other people? That seems to be the biggest problem. So I'm all for it. I think it'd be phenomenal for PlayStation. I think it'd be phenomenal for fans, and I think it'd be phenomenal for the future because of what it might be able to show PlayStation that, could work. Like, hey, here's what we could do for other franchises. So I think it'd be an awesome idea, and I guess in that way, that in and of itself is unlikely, right? Because PlayStation has not been on that track record. Specifically with remasters, it's just not something they've done in a while, a very long time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.